Jalen Hurts was born on August 7, 1998, in Houston, Texas. He attended Channelview High School, where his father, Averian Hurts, served as the head football coach. As a senior, Hurts demonstrated his dual-threat capabilities by amassing 2,384 passing yards and 26 touchdowns, while also rushing for 1,391 yards and 25 scores. A highly touted four-star recruit, he ranked among the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the 2016 class. While Texas A&M actively pursued him, Hurts committed to Alabama in June 2015, recruited by defensive line coach Bo Davis and offensive coordinator Lane Kiffin. In addition to his prowess on the gridiron, he excelled in powerlifting, squatting 500 pounds as a sophomore and competing in the 198-pound weight class. Hurts initially began his collegiate career as a backup, but quickly ascended to the starting role in the second game, making history as Alabama's first true freshman starting quarterback since 1984. He posted impressive numbers, throwing for 2,780 yards and 23 touchdowns, while also rushing for 954 yards and 13 scores, setting a school record for single-season rushing yards by a quarterback. His 36 total touchdowns surpassed Alabama's previous record of 35. Under his leadership, the Crimson Tide achieved a flawless 12-0 regular season, secured the SEC championship, and earned him SEC Offensive Player of the Year and SEC Freshman of the Year honors. However, Alabama fell short in the 2017 National Championship against Clemson. The following season, Hurts once again guided Alabama to an 11-1 regular season, securing a college football playoff berth as the number 4 seed. He earned the title of Offensive MVP in the Sugar Bowl against Clemson. However, during the national championship game against Georgia, Alabama trailed 13-0 at halftime, prompting head coach Nick Saban to replace Hurts with freshman Tua Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa orchestrated a dramatic comeback, leading the team to victory. Hurts concluded the season with 2,081 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, in addition to 855 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns. With Tagovailoa named the starter the following season, Hurts assumed a backup role. Despite this, he made a significant impact in the SEC championship game, stepping in for an injured Tagovailoa and leading Alabama to a comeback victory over Georgia. He graduated in December 2018 with a degree in Communication and Information Sciences before transferring to Oklahoma as a graduate student, allowing him to play immediately. At Oklahoma, Hurts made an immediate impact. In his debut, he set a school record with 508 total yards against Houston. He continued his stellar play, leading the Sooners to a 7-0 start. Even in a loss to Kansas State, he showcased his dynamic skill set by accumulating 395 passing yards, 96 rushing yards, and 4 total touchdowns. Hurts propelled Oklahoma to the Big 12 championship and a college football playoff berth, though they fell to LSU in the Peach Bowl. He finished the season with 3,851 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, along with 1,298 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns. He was the Heisman Trophy runner-up to Joe Burrow. His standout performance at Oklahoma significantly boosted his NFL draft stock, elevating him from a mid-tier prospect to a legitimate early-round selection. In May 2023, he furthered his academic achievements by earning a master's degree in human relations. Jalen Hurts was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft with the 53rd overall pick. Initially, he was designated as the third-string quarterback behind Nate Sudfeld, but quickly moved up to the backup role by week 2. The Eagles strategically utilized him in specific offensive packages, primarily for quarterback runs or as a decoy. During a Week 13 matchup against the Green Bay Packers on December 6, 2020, Hurts replaced starting quarterback Carson Wentz, who had struggled throughout the game. He threw his first career touchdown pass to Greg Ward and finished with 109 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception in a 30-16 loss. 2 days later, he was officially named the starter for the Week 14 game against the New Orleans Saints. In his first career start, Hurts led the Eagles to a 24-21 victory, completing 17 of 30 pass attempts for 167 yards and a touchdown, while also rushing for 106 yards. The following week, in a 33-26 loss to the Arizona Cardinals, Hurts delivered a standout performance, registering 338 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 63 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. In Week 16 against the Dallas Cowboys, he tallied 342 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, along with 69 rushing yards in a 37-17 defeat. In the season finale against the Washington football team on Sunday Night Football, Hurts recorded 72 passing yards, an interception, and 34 rushing yards with 2 rushing touchdowns before controversially being benched for Nate Sudfeld. The decision sparked widespread criticism, as many speculated that head coach Doug Peterson intentionally lost the game. Peterson was dismissed shortly after the season. Before the start of the 2021 season, Hurts changed his jersey number to number 1 following the departure of punter Cameron Johnston. On August 31st, new head coach Nick Sirianni officially named him the starting quarterback for the regular season. In the season opener against the Atlanta Falcons, Hurts led the Eagles to a dominant 32-6 victory, throwing for 3 touchdowns while posting a passer rating of 126.4. However, during a Week 12 matchup against the New York Giants, he sustained an ankle injury, forcing him to miss the following game against the New York Jets. Backup quarterback Gardner Minshew stepped in and led the team to a 33-18 win. Hurts returned after the bye week, helping the Eagles secure a crucial 27-17 victory over Washington in Week 15. As the season progressed, Hurts played a pivotal role in leading the Eagles to a playoff berth. In Week 17, Philadelphia clinched a postseason spot with a 20-16 victory over Washington, benefiting from key wins by the San Francisco 49ers and Green Bay Packers. Jalen Hurts earned a Pro Bowl alternate selection in 2021 after an impressive season, finishing with 3,144 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 784 rushing yards, and 10 rushing scores, leading all quarterbacks in both rushing categories. However, in the wild-card round against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he threw for 258 yards and a touchdown, but also had 2 interceptions and a fumble in a 31-15 defeat. Hurts began the 2022 season in dominant fashion, guiding the Eagles to a 3-0 start, including a 340-yard, 3-touchdown performance in a 24-8 victory. His efforts earned him NFC Offensive Player of the Month for September, making him the first Eagles player to receive the honor since 2017. Following a win over the Texans, he became the first Eagles quarterback to open a season 8-0. In Week 12, Hurts delivered a historic performance, rushing for 157 yards and throwing for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 40-33 win over the Packers, earning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He became the first player in NFL history to surpass 150 rushing yards, 150 passing yards, and multiple passing touchdowns in one game. The following week, he set another franchise benchmark with 380 passing yards and 4 total touchdowns against the Titans. Despite a shoulder sprain in Week 15, Hurts returned in Week 18 to lead the Eagles to a 22-16 victory over the Giants, clinching the NFC's top seed. He finished the season 14-1 as a starter, tying a franchise-best 35 total touchdowns, 22 passing, 13 rushing, with just 6 interceptions and a 101.5 passer rating. His performance earned him his first Pro Bowl nod and second-team All-Pro honors, and he was named an NFL MVP finalist. Hurts led the Eagles through the postseason, defeating the Giants and 49ers before advancing to Super Bowl 57 against the Chiefs. He threw for 304 yards, rushed for 70 yards, and scored 4 total touchdowns, setting Super Bowl records for rushing yards and touchdowns by a quarterback. His 20 total points tied the all-time Super Bowl record, but a costly fumble led to a Chiefs defensive touchdown, contributing to a narrow 38-35 loss. He was ranked 3rd on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2023 list. On April 17, 2023, Hurts signed a 5-year, $255 million extension, making him the highest-paid player in NFL history at the time. The deal included the first no-trade clause in Eagles history. He continued to shine, breaking Randall Cunningham's franchise record for quarterback rushing touchdowns and surpassing Cam Newton's single-season rushing touchdown record for quarterbacks. Despite suffering a dislocated finger in Week 18 of 2023, Hurts returned for the playoffs, though the Eagles fell 32-9 in the wild card round. He still earned Pro Bowl honors and ranked 15th on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2024. In 2024, Hurts led the Eagles to a 10-game win streak and secured a fourth consecutive playoff berth before missing 2 games due to a concussion. He returned to lead the Eagles through the postseason, culminating in an NFC Championship victory and a trip to Super Bowl 59. Off the field, Hurts got engaged to Brianna Rivera Burrows in September 2024. A devoted Baptist, he frequently credits his faith for his success. He also supports women in sports through an all-female management team and has pursued business ventures, including a trademark for Hurts So Good. Additionally, he contributed vocals to a Philly Special Christmas, celebrating Philadelphia sports culture. And that's a wrap. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and share it with your people. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, join the family. Much love, stay focused, stay hungry, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.